Hey guys, Lone Vic here again. Another review, another game. This time a Kickstarter rival from Pandasaurus Games, and it's called Dinosaur Island, Rawr and Write. Very soon I'll be doing the Dinosaur World how to play and review as well, because it arrived together. But for now, let's take a look at this smaller title where you need a pencil and a piece of paper from a notepad to create your own Jurassic Park. And the how to play video is already on my channel. You can check it out to learn how to play this game. And this is my honest review where I'll be talking about what I liked and what I didn't like about this game in my subjective opinion. So here we go. Let's, as usual, start with the pluses. One of the biggest pluses for me is that as far as roll and write games go, this is a pretty easy game to explain and there aren't too many tiny rules, but it's also quite deep when it comes to the decisions that you have to make. The specialists and the buildings that you have available during your game, there are only 3 of those to choose from a big deck, so the replayability is pretty okay because every single time you'll be randomizing those buildings. The markings and the symbolics on the notepads is so clear that nobody has any doubts after one explanation what to do and where. This is a great feat for those kind of games where you have to write a lot in notepads and identify symbols and such. So this is very clear. The components are great. And this is for Pandasaurus Games, it's a pretty given that the components will be good. I like those heavy, chunky, transparent die that look like those ambers from Jurassic Park. You've got erasers to erase your pencil progress in the shape of dinos. So dinosaur erasers, man. Even if you don't want to use them in the game, they're cute to have. This is a great thing. The embroidered bag for the dice, and they gave you pencils, and the quality of the cardboard and the paper is okay. I don't know if this will not disappear fast, but they are double-sided, so you can use each side 2 times, and that's okay. When it comes to the game itself, like I said, it's pretty quick to learn, but it's very satisfying. You've got this puzzle element with fitting all of the buildings into this space on your park and connecting it with roads and making those trips with the tourists and everything. And it kind of fits together, and you can save your money and save your roads to spend them later, and it's logical why to do that. And it has a little tactic to it, and it also flows very fast, because although you take turns one by one when taking dice or occupying the action spaces, then when it comes to the running the park thing, everybody does it simultaneously, and once you get the flow, it's very easy and very quick, so you don't really waste a lot of time with this, so the game is pretty tight. Now when it comes to the negatives, or positives to be honest, because the first one can be a positive or negative as well, so it's a pretty, let's say, informative. No negative interaction whatsoever. Unless you are playing with one of the modules, but I will get to that in a moment. So no negative interaction, which can be a plus, which can be a minus for some people. You know, it's a write game, it's a roll and write game, so not everybody will be happy with having to destroy components, like even those pieces of paper. I'm not comfortable with it as well, but I'm kind of like mastering through it and getting used to the concept of roll and writes altogether. And I feel that if you don't add the additional modules of dice blocking and specialist and building draft, this game gets too simple too quickly, because there are not too many, apart from those 3 buildings and 3 specialists that you select in the beginning of the game, there are not too many modifiers that make the game complicated or make the decisions a bit more difficult. The penalty for occupying the same action as another player, that you have to take the threat from the die below yours, is not that serious of a penalty. But if you add those 2 modules of blocking the dice, so you have to, if there is one die here already, you have to, and you want to place another die on top, it needs to have more threat than the die below. That makes it a bit more interesting, especially at higher player counts. And the drafting of specialists and buildings makes it even more great, because everybody has a different access to different cards, not everybody the same, so everybody's playing a bit of a different game, requires different resources and different actions at different points, so it makes for more variety, and it's easier to block somebody if you're observant, so it kind of makes it a bit more interactive-y, let's say. And if you are not a beginner player, like totally a beginner player, then I would recommend to start playing the game with those two modules already introduced, so the blocking of the dice and the drafting, because it really makes the game more worthwhile from the word go. It's the simplest version, if you are an experienced player, might be a bit discouraging because of its simple nature. And as for the solo aspect, I liked it a lot. It's puzzly, it's cool, but also I introduced the dice blocking for the solo mode as well, because it makes the game a bit more thinky for me. You can't do the draft in the solo mode because it doesn't make really sense, so there's that. But yeah, that's it. So if you want to play it solo, it's good on a mid-level kind of difficulty game, especially if you do the dice blocking thing, dice blocking mode. For a lot of players, for 2, 3, 4 players, because it's a 4-player game at maximum, it plays very cool, it's fast and it's easy to learn, and it can streamline very well when everybody knows the rules. It looks nice on the table. The Jurassic theme is always a favorite, so even the green t-shirt matches today with the dinosaur stuff and things like that. And as a filler game for very experienced players, or as a nice game for beginners, or like between beginner and medium, this is really cool, an introduction to roll and write games, which is very well thematically connected. So this is it. Pandasaurus Games delivered Dinosaur Island, Rawr and Write with 2 thumbs up for me. My name was Lone Vic. Roll and Write Dinosaur Island here. If you like this video, like it, subscribe, ring the notification bell, help the channel out. It's only 5 seconds for you, it's immense help for me. See you soon in other of my videos. You can check them out on the channel here as well. Bye bye, have a great day.